Welcome to another edition of the Cooker's Corner podcast. Today, I'm doing something a little out of my comfort zone. I got someone who I have a little bit of a beef with here, live in person. Doesn't mean he's going to leave alive, but he's here in person. It's a joke. I agreed to be professional. That's why you agreed to come here, and I'm going to be professional. I'm going to ask him about his career. I'm going to ask him about his life. I might even ask him about that stupid headdress I told him to leave home the last time he got involved with Joe Saraceno at his show back in 2018. Is that the same one?
Yep, I brought it just for you.
Let me see that.
Just for you.
That's really cool. Told you not to bring it. But anyways,
you know,
I want to say
it's going to take a lot for me to hold myself back.
I'm being
What you just did was rude.
I'm being I didn't say I wouldn't be rude. I said it'd be professional. That's a difference, right? Is there a difference in that? I'm not sure. But I just want to say Merry Christmas. No, that was last week. We'll say Happy New Year now, even though this will air before then. I really don't care if you have a Happy New Year or not. The point is, Chief, you know on January 11th, we got a match coming up. Me and Joe Saraceno against you and the Cuban Assassin with Fantasy, his manager. And I got Delicious D on my side, and that's all we need. That's all we need. Yeah, you know Delicious D.
I think you're having a hard time realizing that I got the Cuban Assassin on my side.
Yeah, well, you know Delicious D. Well, you know a little bit. Remember that plaque back there?
Yeah.
How long did it take that wound to heal? I'm not talking about the one that was left as a scar, but the mental wound.
Sure, about 6 years. It's been happening now.
Yeah, and we also, and I didn't mean to inadvertently leave him out, but Frank Reyes. The only reason I did that is because he was invited to come too, but he was a coward. But you're Chief Eddie Two Rivers. You got the guts. Yeah, you got the courage.
That's right, because I also support my coach, so I'm here for him as well.
What's his name again? Oh no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you know.
But Frankie, he stuck his nose in my business so many times over the years. It's unbelievable.
See, I don't know the history of y'all.
Well, I could explain it to you, but it would involve me stomping your head into the ground because it would just get me angry, and that's what happens when people get angry. I got my Terry Funk boots on today. I got my Terry Funk shirt on. I'm wearing an earring because of Terry Funk from 40 years ago, and that means a lot. And we also got the great Malenko here. He's always in my heart and on my mind. That's something I want to mention. Now, I bring this up. I say, this is the great Malenko. One of the greatest human beings I ever knew in my life, and I'm being honest. One of the greatest human beings, one of the greatest people I've ever known. The great Malenko, greatest trainer. He trained some of the biggest stars in wrestling. You're not one of them. He trained Frankie Reyes, but he was never a wrestler, just a referee. Anybody can do that. The guy behind the camera could do that. 1, 2, 3. If you can count to 3, you can be a referee. I'm just saying. But the point is, Frankie trained you.
That's right.
So that makes you think you were trained by the great Malenko. But I got news for you. You weren't. And no matter what Frankie showed you, it's nothing compared to what I can show you once the bell rings. I'm just saying that. And I'm being professional again. Am I being professional? Who am I asking? There's nobody here. But
well, you're speaking a lot just so it could add up to January 11th when I show myself to you of what Coach has trained and done for me throughout the years.
I don't think beer drinking counts, but if that's what you feel, that's fine.
Well,
but no,
you bring your Mountain Dew and I bring my beer.
No, well, let me get into your history, though. Seriously, were you a wrestling fan growing up?
Of course I was.
What'd you ever do with that? Oh, I'm just kidding. That's a joke. It's a joke. He's going to say he was a wrestler. I'm going to say, yeah, okay. People can make a lot of claims, but reality is reality. And when you look in the mirror, the reality looks back at you. And if you accept it, you're going to be depressed the rest of your life.
I'm just going to remain my composure and serious throughout this whole thing and let him do the talking like, Paradise said about him. Well, talk, chat.
It is my show. So, and by the way, did you do a rain dance today? Because I have a neighbor that wanted to go golf.
If you'd like me to do a rain dance, I could do a nice rain dance before we leave.
His golf game got canceled.
Oh, well,
that's a heck of a rib.
That wasn't my kind of rain dance.
Well, anyways, the point is, why are you dressed out anyways? You're going to get hostile or something? You're wearing like...
No, I like to... this is who I am as a Native American.
No, I'll be honest with you. That's being professional. A lot of guys will come to the show and get in the ring like they came to the show wearing a pair of sneakers and a kick pad or don't even have real trunks. But you got the whole outfit here.
That's right.
That's cosplay, ladies and gentlemen. Wait, that might be considered an insult. No, but seriously, that's something I wanted to talk to you about. Your dad.
Yes.
He was a boxing referee, right?
Oh,
he refereed matches against legends. And that's awesome to me because I loved Muhammad Ali when I was a kid. But I hated boxing. But I love Muhammad Ali, so it's not as impressive as I was going to say. But he was a referee for real boxers.
Yes, I may not come from a lineage of wrestling, but from a lineage of boxing. my dad, as you can see here, he refereed the baddest man in the planet, Mike Tyson. And, just something about him that is a reflection of him on me. He was a ref, yeah, just like Coach Frank Reyes, but he gave a lot to the business of boxing.
You're saying Frank didn't? I like that, Rib.
No, but Coach gave a lot as well. And so he impacted a lot of people. So he impacted me. And it's kind of like carry on the legacy of my dad in the ring as a wrestler, even though it's not in boxing or as a ref, but it's carrying his legacy to this day. I plan to carry on his legacy to the day I die. So he refereed a great amount of boxers. He also was known as the Puerto Rican champion. He was also he coached the 1988 Olympic boxing team. I'm
paying attention. Don't worry.
Hey, he also coached and knew people greats like Muhammad Ali, Duran, Wilfredo Benitez. Just a lot of people I could mention. I mean, it's just Oscar De La Hoya, also him. I also have a riff against this other guy I told you about, Camacho, who got my dad off of Madison Square Garden. But other than that,
there's politics in boxing too.
There you go. So the same way there's politics in boxing, and they could come together and try to come to an agreement. It's the same way we could do today. That's why I came here today.
I was really thinking maybe we should squash this whole thing, and maybe show Frank Reyes whose side you're really on.
Well, my loyalty is committed to Frank Reyes. Just like I heard your loyalty is to the great Malenko. My loyalty is to Mr. Frank Coach. And I will continue to stay loyal to him.
That's what it should be. I'm being honest. It should be. You should always be loyal to your coach. As long as they're loyal to you and they don't disrespect you, you don't disrespect them.
That's right.
And there's a lot of people out there who have disrespected Frankie over the years.
Yeah.
People he's trained, and they disrespected him.
And they don't want to give him the credit.
And if he had the guts, he'd have been here to tell us about it, but he didn't, and that's his deal.
Well, that's why I'm here to speak on his behalf.
Oh, well, you're doing a good job of it.
So he had good reasons if he couldn't be here today, so it's understandable.
That's true.
Trust me, he wanted to be
here. They have
here.
happy hour earlier on Sundays or something? Is that the reason?
You got jokes, Kluka.
Well, I guess happy hour is anytime you buy a beer and open it, no matter where you are. Really.
Well, your happy hour is the
special happy hour.
Your happy hour is the Mountain Dew. So
I always thought drinking was just an excuse to go fishing and get away from your wife. I don't know.
No, not in his case.
Oh, it's just an excuse to drink then?
No, it's
I've never met his wife,
victory.
So if I met his wife, I'd probably decide to start drinking too. I don't know. I never met her. So.
Well, you maybe need to do it because after January 11th, you could be doing a lot of that drinking instead of Mountain Dew.
No, I don't think so. I'm loyal to Mountain Dew.
Well, you might be.
Oh, by the way, we're looking at this. You got double duty on January 11th.
Yes, I do.
The TWA championship. You may be the first champion. I said Mike because it's a slim shot. I didn't say Slim Jim. I said slim shot.
Just to see the look on smiling face, holding this up, I know he ain't gonna be smiling no more.
Who's smiling face?
Oh, come on, Mr. Glasses.
Oh,
the commissioner.
Oh, yeah,
so-called commissioner.
Well,
if I win this, do you know that smiling face would change to sad face?
He's not here to even.
Yeah, but that's okay. I just want to make sure I say that because I know why he tried to be slick and putting me in this match. He wants to try to get me hurt, but.
That's how you look at it? Get you hurt? He didn't put you in the match because he has faith in you? You might be a good champion. You might be able to defeat.
He had a security guard that jumped me without knowing, being ready.
Who's that?
That tiny girl, whatever her name was.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember.
No,
and you was, I remember what you did. You was choking me with the chair. Talk about you don't know what you did.
Technically, I think it was
a stool or whatever it was, but you had it wrapped around my neck.
I don't remember that.
I have great respect for you.
Oh, really?
Yes, because I've seen you on and the stuff that you've done and how you fought Ric Flair and all these famous people. I've seen all that stuff.
True.
I've seen that punch. I know what it's all about. That's why I have great respect for you. That's why it's taken me a lot to just respect who you are and hold back from saying anything that's derogatory, rude, or anything. I leave that up to you.
Oh, well, I'm usually good at that, but who was in your corner when Joe Saraceno had his first match?
Yeah.
And who was disappointed when you lost?
You was.
And who doesn't get over those things? Oh,
Well, just like you, I haven't gotten over that. That's why I can't wait for January 11th to settle the score. Finally, it took a lot. Yeah.
who was your favorite wrestler growing up, and why am I?
Well, my favorite wrestler growing up that I connected, looked at a lot, and try to fine tune my wrestling around is The Undertaker.
Undertaker.
I like the way he was very.
I wrestled him too.
Oh, you
I
did?
just thought I'd put that out there.
Oh. Well, I know you've wrestled a lot of greats, but one that really caught me the most was you against Ric Flair.
Yeah,
And
that was a good one.
that
That
you
was a good
know,
one.
that's a legend.
Hey,
right there.
I'll brag about that all day long.
I would too.
Twice
To
on
wrestle a
Sundays. I
16-time
wrestled Ric Flair. I
champion?
wrestled Ric Flair. I did that because it's Sunday. You know.
Whew. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean, that's something that you could take with you to your grave.
and that's something you'll never be able to say. So
Yeah.
you can take that to your grave.
But at least I get to wrestle you January 11th.
That is true.
And I could take that to the grave with me.
I don't know if you want to take that to the grave.
Oh, yes, I will, because I'm looking forward to that day. Because if I could get my hands on the commissioner, no matter what, you being there, that's all that matters.
Well, I can guarantee you he's going to be there. And I've been talking to him, teaching him things that even Frankie doesn't know.
Well,
And it really has nothing to do with wrestling. Versions of wrestling, but not wrestling.
mm,
Ways to hurt people, humiliate them, make them look like idiots in front of
like he did on the
audiences.
last show,
Yeah.
like on the 16th when he was there punching me with his glasses on.
Well, I'm not the one that got suplexed by a woman.
Yeah, like I said, that was a sneak attack. I wasn't expecting that. So she was lucky to get that
Oh,
on
it
me.
was a sneak attack. She smacked her right in the face when she was facing you.
Because
How's
I
that a
wasn't
sneak attack?
expecting that. I was looking at Joe talking to him. He was all smiling with that face of his and everything.
Oh, the
So he
distraction.
had me distracted.
I
There
get
you
it.
go.
There you
That's
go.
the
Distracted.
word.
I get it.
That's the word. Had me distracted. Just like in the match when we had a draw. I was looking at his stupid face right there, smiling all the time.
I understand, especially in 2024, almost 25, you have to make excuses to help you sleep at night. I don't make any excuses. I go to the gym, but it doesn't look like. You know why? Because I'm addicted to Mountain Dew and I eat too much. But I don't make excuses. It's my own fault. It's my own responsibility. I blame myself. You know who else blames me? Joe Saraceno. But that's a whole other story. Point is, you got to say things to make yourself feel better about yourself. I get it.
Yeah, it's just what gets me to wake up in the morning and keep moving forward.
Well, yeah, some people have a problem with that, for sure.
Yeah, I
Getting up in the morning, not part anyway.
Well,
But,
I look forward to the mornings.
but seriously, how long have you been wrestling?
About 10, 12 years.
10 or 12 years.
Yeah,
That's a long time.
it is. Decade. Been around coach for all that time.
Oh, that might be the problem.
Nah, that's a good problem, though.
Oh,
I learned a lot. Studied, research, practice, trained. I mean, come a long way. Took me a long time. Matter of fact, I remember when I started training with him, there was other wrestlers that came in after me. Sam C.
Who?
That guy. He came in after me and graduated before me. Another one that I don't want to give credit to, coach, is a guy by the name of Fabu.
Abu.
Yeah, fabulous. But
Oh,
you know, he came in after me and graduated before me. But I stuck with coach. 6 years it took me to graduate, even though it took me a long time, but I finally graduated, and that was in 2018.
well, you know, it takes dedication.
That's
some people
right.
it takes longer than others.
Yeah.
You know, some people get it right off the bat, and you know, people who don't have the same intelligence as them, it takes them longer. And that's okay. And you trained at Fred's Training Center.
Yeah.
Legendary professional wrestler.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Fred
I did.
Altman, for all you idiots out there, I mean, all you people out there that
That's
don't
right.
understand. Fred Altman, Tugboat Typhoon, the Shockmaster, the BAWD Big Steel Man.
That's where I started with the smiling face guy. He was over there when I started, you know, he started training. I was already there. And,
Didn't take him 6 years to graduate, though.
Well, because, you know, he came every day and he was there like almost morning and night. So, of course, you know.
Well, that's a cementing of the fact he was dedicated more than
Oh,
you.
yeah, but I made the effort. I had to change things around and work it through, and I made the effort. Still to this day, I make the effort.
No, I agree. You do. You make the effort. You showed up today. That's an effort.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Because I knew what it takes and I knew what it's all about.
I mean, you had to hitchhike, but that's okay. It's an effort.
Well, yeah,
Isn't
barely
that
made it, but I made it. That's what counts.
That's true. That's true. It's more we can say for other people who were supposed to be here today.
Well,
They didn't even make the effort.
that's why the card says it's subject to change.
You know what the block button on Facebook is?
What's
The
that?
greatest invention of all time next to air conditioning. Because it gets rid of those people that say things and don't do it. And you don't got to deal with it.
Oh, yeah. I like that button. Delete, 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 delete.
Exactly.
That's a good button.
It's a great button.
I still don't like the fact that you threw my headdress over there. That's kind of
I
like bothering
apologize
me.
for
I
that.
keep
I
looking at
apologize for
that, and
that.
it's really bothering me.
It should. You should go pick it up. If it's bothering you that much. If you
Yeah,
had a kid and I pushed it down, would you pick it up? Or
you
wouldn't that
know,
bother you?
I'm gonna just say this again. It's gonna be the last time you do that again. I understand for some reason you don't like my headdress.
Well, it will be the last because I'm not going to pick it up.
Well, you should pick it up.
No, I don't like it because
You're the one that threw it, took it
well,
from me, and threw it there.
but we think back on the match you had 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
The way it took you 6 years to graduate.
Yeah.
And then you had a match against Joe Saraceno, and it was his first match ever. Was that your first match ever?
Nah. Well, kind of. Yeah, you could say that.
Wow.
Yeah.
You both had your first match ever. It took you 6 years to graduate.
Mm-hmm.
Joe graduated in under a year, and then he beat you. That's kind of wacky when you think about it. I don't know. I'm like I said, I'm a realist, and that's really wacky. Get it?
Yeah, it's kind of wacky. Yeah, because I mean, guys older than me, and I'm younger, and I just took him as a joke, and I shouldn't have. Yeah, I shouldn't have. A guy trained really hard, came every day, worked his ass off. I mean, didn't miss a beat. He had his motivation with his son, having him go there, training hard. Then he'll go home and train some more. So I kind of like slept on that. That was my mistake.
See, now you're admitting.
Yeah. I could admit things.
Right. Earlier you were making excuses. Now you're admitting where the fault lies.
But that's why it bothered me for 6 years. And knowing that it's an opportunity to settle this score, I can't wait.
Well, yeah, I understand that. It would have bothered me too.
Yes.
It did bother me. And I didn't even care. And it bothered me that you lost. Imagine if I would have cared.
I thought you did.
Well.
So then why you was by my side if you didn't care?
Well, I get to hang around Darlene. She was with me.
Well, yeah.
Taking any excuse to hang around Darlene.
So again, I was
delicious D, I mean.
Which is kind of like what they do to coach. They use him the same way I was used. You see, that's why I'm made for my coach.
Yeah, but if you're in the wrestling business and you don't get used, you're doing it wrong. Because that's the part of the business, being used. They eat you up and they spit you out.
Yeah,
like after Dr. Jimmy defends his title and wins this title, I called him Dr. Jimmy, the Golden Boy Jimmy McDowell. After he wins the title and keeps his title, and then after we humiliate you in our match, chances are we'll spit you out.
Did you forget that Golden Boy is putting up his belt as well?
I just said that.
That's right. That's two belts.
I know, but after he wins the match.
No. So, like I told you, the look on smiling face if I was to win this belt. And I forgot. 2 belts.
Chief smiling face? Is that
No. The commissioner.
I know that, but Indians have weird names.
Yeah, but we're not talking about my smiling face.
Chief Willow Feather and Chief Mountain Man.
Yeah, okay. So but we talk about how he's going to be looking when I walk away with both of these belts.
He's going to be surprised, and I'll be surprised, and I know that the commissioner will be surprised.
That's right.
The crowd will be surprised,
and it'll be an opportunity to settle the score, draw me.
But realistic, you know who's going to be surprised the most? Dax the Axe, because he's a big boy.
Yeah, he's a monster among men.
He's coming. He's serious about it. But you got a fight on your hands. Not only then, but then if you survive that, that's a big if. Yeah. If you survive that, then you got to face us. And I get it. I'm older than you. I'm not as good looking as you. I'm not as tan as you. That doesn't mean I won't win. I'm not going to let Joe down twice. And then, of course, Frankie Reyes had to hire the Cuban. That's all that was. Cuban and I have been friends for almost 40 years. 40 years. We did many trips to WCW back when it mattered, and he hired him. So you got to realize Cuban can be bought. He's like a mercenary. What is a mercenary? A bounty. It's basically a bounty. You put a bounty.
From what he sounded like he had a lot of resentment towards you.
But what that really shows is that Frankie doesn't have any confidence in himself and no confidence in you. So he took the money and he gave it to the Cuban in fantasy, and he said, "Hey, this guy used to have potential, but he's let himself go, and he doesn't train like he used to. He's not as serious as he was. I need the Cuban," and that's what he did. Fidel Sierra.
You're the one that said Coach was trained by the great Malenko, and he was just a ref.
Yeah.
Right. So he's a ref.
I know.
And he did what the great Malenko has always trained him to be, which is a ref. So
but he also wrestled. Because I
But you
remember
didn't-
back in
I-
Suncoast
and
Wrestling.
I remember that too, but you didn't mention that. We talking about him being a ref.
Well,
So that's why Coach pulled that out of the rabbit's hat.
no, I said he was a ref that wrestled. Doesn't mean he was a good wrestler. Although he was the Great Malenko's tag team partner in his last match against me when I was the Masked Superstar and Penelope Paradise. That's his only real claim to fame, actually.
Yeah, I think that's
But I
why
guess
you're
if you-
upset.
Well, they did win, but they cheated. Just like you tried to do when Joel beat you last time. You cheated and it backfired. And that could happen again on January 11th very easily. You know what Joe's learned in 6 years? Everything Frankie taught him, he forgot. That's what he's learned. He learned to forget everything Frankie taught him. That's what he did.
You see, that's why a lot of these wrestlers don't give the credit to Frankie. Trained by the great Malenko. And you would think people still give him the respect and honor, and they don't do that.
I need names and addresses. Is that just a boohoo story that Frankie tells you and you buy into it because he's your coach and you're loyal?
Because I've been with him for 10 years and
the
I've
moon
seen
was
it.
green and the sky was purple, I'd believe him because my coach said it. Does he just sit around when he's drinking and he's going like this and going, you know, Chief,
I've been with
so
him.
and so, I trained him and he don't even talk to me no more.
I've been with him to see how many people he's trained, and all of a sudden they just leave and go somewhere else without a simple reason as to why. And then they open up other stuff in other areas, and they don't even want to reach out back to coach. I've been with him to see that.
But sometimes people have personal reasons for doing things. And
Well, what personal
but they're
reason could this be
personal.
done?
You don't know the reason.
But that's not
Could be between
acceptable.
them and Frankie.
I've had my personal reasons, but I
Oh,
still keep moving forward because of what coach means to me
okay.
and what he
No,
means
I
to the
appreciate
business
your loyalty.
and what he
You should be
means
loyal.
to the great Malenko.
You should be
Even though
loyal.
I never met him, it's like I've met a part of him through coach.
You ever meet Joe Malenko?
Yes, I met
Well,
Joe
that's
Malenko.
kind of like meeting the great Malenko. He's a great Malenko. He's his son. He was one of the best people I ever knew in my life.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. So,
I'm flabbergasted.
uh,
Anyways, I'm getting flustered again because we're going off the page. I try to be smart and try to make Frankie look bad, but I'm going to be honest. I respect Frankie too. Doesn't mean I don't like him. There's a lot of people I don't like that I can respect, right?
mm-hmm.
I mean, I probably know if I knew the cameraman better, I'd probably respect him and like him. But until then, we'll see what happens. But I do respect Frankie, and I respect you for having the courage to come here today. And I actually respect the Cuban assassin for basically admitting he did this because Frankie hired him, rather than just saying he's there for Frankie, because he don't care about Frankie. I've known the Cuban longer than I've known Frankie. Well, maybe not longer, but it mattered more that I knew the Cuban longer than Frankie.
Well, that's why we tell you straight up in the front, so we won't pull no punches. Now, as the commissioner that want to be sneaky and do something behind the backs and stuff, so that's the one you can't trust.
No. Let me just say this.
What made you connect with him?
No,
Why you left me and connected
Let me
with
just
him?
say this. No matter what you think, no matter what you think's going to happen, don't trust the Cuban. Do not trust Fidel Sierra. That's all I'm saying.
You just
I don't know nothing. I'm just saying it.
Like Paradise said, you just trying to spit words, trying to get me my mind distracted like I was on the 16th. I'm not
Did
going
it
to get
work?
distracted, yeah, but it's not going to work this time.
Oh.
Because
So
if
where's last
coach
time?
contacted him, that means I could rest assured, trust in my coach that he's going to be 100% on my side.
So if something happened and he wasn't, would that mean you no longer trust the coach? Because it's basically what you're saying. Like
No,
it's like,
I will always trust the coach. It would be
Oh.
the assassin that it would be his fault.
oh, that's a good answer.
Coach has nothing to do with that.
It's actually a better answer than I thought you'd come up with. That actually showed a little bit of intelligence. Notice how I said a little.
Mm.
But anyways, I need another drink of this because it is the nectar of the gods after all. No, but look at you again. I respect the fact that you actually dress out, not necessarily for this interview, but dress out as a professional wrestler. It's something that's lacking in the wrestling business today.
I respect.
You
the
know, when I
business
started
very
wrestling
much.
in 1981, there was one known place to get wrestling trunks, and that was K&H Wrestling Wear, and B-Bar A boots. Bill Ash, who passed away last year, made all my boots and all the guys' boots. There was a couple other places, but those were the main ones. Now you can get wrestling boots and gear almost anywhere, and people choose not to do it.
Mhm.
If you're going to be in the wrestling business and not choose to dress like a professional, you're not going to look like Jimmy Goofball sitting in the front row when you get in the ring. That means you're a professional. So many people just come to the show and then get in the ring like they came to the show. If you can't separate yourself from the audience, you should stay in the audience. Basically, what I'm saying is take those boots off and go sit back in the audience. No,
well, I'll
that's
give you.
not nice.
Well, yeah, but
I was just kidding.
I know, but I was going to give you a compliment.
Not a good joke. Oh,
it was you the one that got me into wearing, getting my boots and everything. When I first started training, you told me get boots.
Then you do listen once in a while.
So yeah. So at that time when that's why I don't understand why you left me and went to the Smiling Face.
Well,
when I was really trying to craft and hone my skills and get better.
I like to hang around winners, and he won.
Well,
no,
you didn't give me a
I can
chance.
be bought too, though.
You didn't give me a chance.
I can be bought too. Just like you got a big bank account.
Yes, he does. If he got the assassin.
Well, let him know I can be bought too.
You think Smiling Face want to hear that?
I was just kidding, by the way, if he sees it. He's not even here. I'm just, it's a rare day that he's not at the studio.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
He's actually at the gym working out.
Oh my, then that is a rare one right there.
No, not actually. He's been
that is a rarity for him to know that he's not here and he's working
6 days a week.
I don't believe
Now, they
that.
did have cookies at the counter all this week, but I don't think he'd take them. He wouldn't even eat bread, that guy. Crazy.
Look, a man that goes into the gym wearing a jacket and taking pictures and just holding dumbbells is not that don't prove to me.
Didn't you take pictures at the gym?
Hey, but I recorded it. You saw me working out.
Well, it takes longer to record it than it does to actually take a picture.
Well, that's why I did what I did, so you won't talk.
You know what I do at the gym? I set my phone on my music, and that's all I think about. I don't touch my phone again until I'm done.
And when is that?
When
5 minutes
done.
later?
No, at least 7.
You probably spend more time on your Mountain Dew working out.
I don't bring. They don't even bring water. That's how big of a man I am. I don't even take water to the gym.
Wow,
That's right.
that's impressive.
I take a towel because I sweat because I actually work hard. I mean, I look like it again, but I'm not. I don't take steroids either. You take steroids?
I don't
Well,
either.
you should.
Nah, I work out hard.
The most successful wrestlers in history usually took steroids.
Well, not this one.
No.
And I'm successful. I'm going to be successful.
No.
Starting with January 11th, starting with this belt right here.
You know, if you actually win this belt and the Golden Boys, I would like to challenge you for it sometime.
Ooh,
We get one-on-one.
I like that.
Cooker Bob Cook slipping on the old Terry Funk boots. By the way, the legendary Terry Funk gave me a pair of these boots almost 40 years ago. First pair I ever had. I've had 40 cents.
That would be an honor. I would like that.
No, I'm not kidding, though.
No, I ain't kidding too. I would like that.
Yeah. I mean, I might cheat to win, but I'd like to do it.
Oh, see? There you go.
No.
Yep.
You know, I used to hide a chain in my towel. I'm telling you that because I bring a towel to the ring on January 11th, too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why you need a chain then? Why?
I didn't say I did. I said I used to hide a towel. A chain, but I'm bringing a towel to the ring. Terry Funk brought a towel. What can I say? I copy what Terry does. That's what I've always done.
Yeah.
But anyways, again, I'm glad you came. I'm trying to think of what more to say because you're not as interesting as I thought you would be, but I do appreciate you coming.
Yeah, that's why I don't need to say much. I just can't wait for January 11th. I've been waiting for this. When this fell into my lap, I was so surprised because you're right. For 6 years, I dwelt on this, and it just occupied my mind and everything. And then for him to say he made me,
Well, I got to admit, that's not really
that just adds more fuel to the fire. You know, I mean, that just makes it more appealing to want to be there January 11th.
One loss you've obsessed over 6 years. That's kind of
No.
petty.
We talked about that loss, and we talked about this stupid frame that I got hit over the head with.
Weren't you in a match with him later too? It was like you and him against Ray Ayala.
Right, and that's.
Oh no, you and Ray.
Yeah,
against
him and Coach.
That's right. Oh yeah, I was in your corner for that one, and you lost again.
Well, that's because I got hit over the head by Delicious D, who was supposed to hit the Smiling Face over the head.
Yeah, but if you would have held Joe, if you would have put more time in the gym back then as you do now, you could have had to.
Well, I was holding him, but I just didn't really put a good snug on it. I didn't know he was gonna slide out like that.
I think you threw the match.
How I threw the match?
Sometimes people fear success in different ways, and they'll sabotage their own careers because of that fear.
That's being honest. Crap.
I did. I had all kinds of opportunities to do more in wrestling.
I did not try to sabotage.
But I was afraid of success.
No, I went in there with 100% full of energy, ready to tear him apart and get back that win, and got hit over the head by Delicious
By a
D.
girl.
Yeah.
Beautiful girl.
It seems like girls would be in the midst of doing all this stuff. That tiny chick did that.
Darlene's in great shape, or Delicious D is in great shape. I just can't imagine her having the strength to knock out a real man, though. I mean, that's what I don't know.
Well, it was by surprise, all that.
Yeah, I get you.
I mean, when you holding him in the full Nelson, he slips right out and bam at the same time.
I realized you were gasping for air at the end, too. That has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, we'll see who be gasping for air on the 11th.
But you know, not to plug a plug, but on January 11th, there's still tickets available, $15 plus a meal. A meal.
Oh man, you can't beat that.
That's right.
Good meal too. Not no little cheesy type of meal like sandwiches and stuff. No, they got some good meals. I have to admit that.
Yeah, if anybody wants to bring what do they call that? Potluck? Make a meal, bring a meal. I'll eat that meal.
Yeah, I eat
after the show, but I'm not eating nothing until the show. You know why? Because it'll make me angry. It'll make me angry. Today's the last time I'm going to have do until the show.
Oh, so that's going to make you angry?
It's going to make me real angry.
Ooh, good. Then don't have a do.
And I'm going to take it out on Frank Reyes.
And if you do, I'm going to be right there behind, coming after you.
Yeah,
that's why it'll be really fitting we could have a match together.
No, I'm glad at the fact that you're working out and everything, because you're taking it serious. We're taking it serious, even though we're kind of joking around here off and on. But when the bell rings, I am going to bring it. I may be 61 years old. Joel's 68 years old. Cuban's not a young man. That doesn't mean we don't love what we do, and doesn't mean we can't do what we love. And on January 11th, that's what we're going to do. Yeah. And I'm going to say, I'll be man enough to say, you guys might beat us. We might beat you, but I'm going to give it 100%.
And that's all I can expect. There's nothing but your 100%. I want you to bring your 100%. I don't want no excuses. I don't want to hear, I didn't have a Mountain Dew to drink. I didn't, my punch wasn't strong enough. I don't want to hear no excuses. Nothing.
Don't sing it, bring it.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
And that's what I'm going to do.
Exactly.
All right. So I'm looking forward to I don't want to cut this short, but it's been a long day.
Well, I'm going to go get my headdress that you threw on the floor, which I don't appreciate.
Well, let me just say I apologize for doing that. I was just trying to be a smart ass on my show.
Yeah.
I'm known for that. I'm known for being a smart ass.
Well, like I said, that is my headdress. It's sacred to me, and I do not appreciate it. So
what does it actually represent? What makes it sacred?
I'm the fighting warrior. It represents my tribe, the Tuscarora tribe. Okay. I
was just asking. I'm not going to get hostile about it.
Well,
I mean, I'd get hostile over that haircut more than I get hostile over me throwing that on the ground.
You got a lot of jokes.
No, I'm just...
That's why I can't. I'm just waiting to the 11th.
Don't Indians wear earrings too?
Not this one.
Oh, okay. Just asking.
You are.
That's because Terry Funk wore earrings. He was cool.
So there.
That makes you not cool. I'm just kidding. It's another joke.
Well, I'm not.
Did you get that off of Tumu?
What?
The shirt, Timu?
No.
Or was that a Wish shirt?
No.
I wish you would have wore something else. So it's kind of.
No, I wanted to wear this one. I could have wore something else, but I decided to wear this one.
Okay.
So if it's bothering you, good. I'm glad.
Nothing bothers me.
Oh, you the one that's talking about my shirt.
Just trying to keep the conversation from getting boring. Anyways, so it is kind of getting boring.
All right. Well,
but anyways, let's just throw it down. January 11th, right here at the Twisted Wrestling Alliance Studios. We're going to have it's going to be full. And if you notice anything cool, red, white, blue, it's not for you. It's for everybody because it brightens up the place.
I kind of like it.
Kind of like it?
Yeah.
What about that back there? You kind of like that?
The Cooker's Gym.
That's right.
Yeah. Like I said, I have great respect for you for what you brought to the business.
What about the blue collar man? Look at that.
Forget him.
That's not nice. Well, you should have more respect for him than me because you know him better than you know me.
Yeah, I should. But that's why I'm going to make sure that he pays the price on January 11th. But now I like that picture over there of you. The legend.
That's going to be you. See that guy over there? You want to know something truth? I knocked that guy's 2 front teeth out just before that picture was taken. That's a shoot. I'm being honest. I
like to see that happen.
Yeah.
I doubt that much. I doubt you got a punch like that.
Good times. You know, that happened right down the road in Punta Gorda.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Notice what that says, though. It says legend.
Yeah, the
fan made that. Shows you what the fans think of me.
Yeah. I got respect for you that way. I see you that way. I see you as the legend.
All right.
Wrestling against you and having the Cuban Assassin at my side and Coach, that's legends right there, you know.
But you know other legends that are going to be here? Not to change ourselves. We put ourselves over a long time 34.55 seconds. We put ourselves over. We also got a women's championship match.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of the Malenkos,
Yep.
Debbie Malenko, one of the only women, no, the only women, to train with the legendary Karl Gotch, the godfather of Japan wrestling. Like he was a real bad man.
Yeah.
I trained with Karl Gotch a little bit, and I don't want to talk about it. I get shaky because it was so brutal. I'm not kidding. You look up Karl Gotch. For you people out there who don't know Karl Gotch, look it up.
See, that's why I say I got respect towards you because of the people that impacted you throughout your life, the great people that train you. So, even though you're 61, you know something. And the fact that you've been connected with the Smiling Face for 6 years, I know he got to know something. He got to learn a lot from you.
Well,
that's why I'm saying, I got to be on my readiness on the 11th. That's why I've been training hard, working hard, everything, because I don't want no excuse. I want to make sure I leave it all out there on January 11th. And, I'm just looking forward to the match of Debbie Malenko. I'm looking forward to that match. I mean, she's a great wrestler. I've seen her in the past. The history of her, she's a legend. She's just awesome in the ring. I mean, just her way of style of wrestling and the things she do and everything. I mean, I can't wait to see that match.
And she's defending her Twisted Wrestling Alliance Women's Championship.
Yes, she is.
Yes, against Nadia White. That's going to be a good match.
Yes.
There might even be a couple of surprises in there. We're not sure about right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've been talking to a friend of mine.
Ooh, okay.
That doesn't like Debbie.
Oh.
Yeah. Just think like Cuban Assassin. Never mind, we won't get into that.
Hey. A lot of people talk. I've been hearing people talk a lot about Debbie Malenko, but she backs it up.
Oh, no doubt. She's one of the best.
She backs it up.
One of the best. Made multiple trips to Japan. There's other guys going to be there too, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
You got Danny Stratos, Krieger.
Yeah, Krieger. Ooh, the Destroyer.
Right.
The German freak. I mean, he's just crazy. That claw that he has, I felt that claw. It's not a good claw.
And I got it on good authority that James Morrison's going to be there.
Oh, man. The history of him, the many years of him wrestling. I mean, wow, it's going to be a jam-packed match on the 11th. I mean, with the lineup, the people that we got coming, it's going to be, I can't wait. I'm going to watch some of those matches myself.
I was just thinking about that one thing you said, that you're going to give it 100%, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, and that's what you need to do. But that also makes you feel better about yourself when you lose, knowing you gave 100%.
That's right.
And then losing, you don't have to dwell on it for 6 years like you did when Joe beat you.
That's why I'm making sure I bring everything all out on the table, leave it all there.
Just don't bring that headdress.
No, you saw my new one.
Well, don't bring that one either.
No, I'm bringing this one. You won't be grabbing that one. So.
All right, I got to put an end to this.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Actually, put an end to this, put an end to you, put an end to Frankie, put an end to the Cuban Assassin, Fidel Sierra, and his manager, Fantasy, which Delicious D is going to gladly and happily take care of. Guarantee you that. And she'll be wearing her Terry Funk boots that I got her on January 11th as well. I'm going to end this podcast, the Cookers Podcast, episode 4. We're going to end it. I'm going to see you next week, and I'll see you in 2 weeks.